On a cold and windy evening in New York, Donald Trump stepped out of his business meeting and decided to walk a few blocks instead of immediately getting into his car. The city lights were dazzling and the streets were crowded. However, his attention was drawn to a man sitting on the corner of the street. The man was wrapped in a tattered coat, holding an old coffee cup, asking for help from passers-by. Trump paused for a moment, his eyes locked on the man's face. His hands were red from the cold, gripping the cup tightly, his eyes fixed on the ground. "Are you all right, sir?" Trump asked, stepping closer. The man looked up, startled. "Oh, yes, well, no, not really. But I'm surviving, sir." Trump crouched down to be at his level. "What's your name?" "My name is Mark," the man said, his voice tired but gentle. "I used to be a carpenter. But when things went south, I lost everything. Now, I live on the streets." Trump nodded. "Has no one helped you?" Mark let out a bitter smile. "Some people gave me food, a few dollars here and there, but no one really helped. Unfortunately, many people in this world are invisible." Trump fell silent for a few seconds, then made a decision. He pulled out his phone and called his assistant. "Book the nearest hotel room," he said, "and find a doctor who can see him immediately." Mark looked at Trump in surprise. "What are you doing?" Trump smiled. "I'm taking you somewhere warm and safe for a while. Then we'll help you get back on your feet." A few minutes later, a luxurious SUV pulled up beside them. Mark hesitated, glancing at the vehicle warily, but Trump's reassuring smile convinced him, and he stepped inside. At the hotel, Mark was provided with a hot shower, clean clothes, and a warm meal. A doctor soon arrived to check his health, and Trump personally covered the first few months of his stay. But Trump's help didn't end there. Using his business connections, he arranged a job for Mark at a carpentry workshop. He had learned that Mark was once a skilled carpenter, and he wanted to give him the chance to rebuild his life. "We found you a job, Mark. All you have to do is take this opportunity," Trump told him a few days later. Mark's eyes filled with tears. "Why are you doing this? You don't even know me." Trump smiled. "Because people should help each other, and I'm in a position to do so. I hope one day you'll help someone else in return." A month later, Mark had settled into his new job, regaining his confidence. As he worked hard and proved himself to be a dedicated employee, he began saving money and was eventually able to move into a small apartment of his own. His transformation did not go unnoticed, and Trump continued to check in on him from time to time. One day, Trump visited Mark at the workshop and found him carefully carving an intricate wooden table. "This is for you," Mark said, looking up from his work. "You gave me a second chance, and I wanted to make something for you with my own hands." Trump studied the table with admiration. The craftsmanship was impeccable. "This is incredible, Mark. I'm putting this in Trump Tower," he said with a proud smile. A year later, Mark had not only rebuilt his life, but also opened his own carpentry shop. No longer homeless, he had become an employer, hiring others who had been in similar situations and teaching them valuable skills. He had gone from struggling to survive on the streets to becoming an inspiration to others. Trump often spoke of Mark's journey, calling it an example of resilience and the power of kindness. "Success isn't just about wealth. It's about helping others rise," he would say. And Mark is proof of that. For Mark, life had completely transformed. Once struggling to survive in the cold streets, he was now running his own business and giving back to the community. And it all began because someone took the time to notice him. Trump's act of kindness had not just provided temporary relief, but had paved the way for a total life transformation. Every morning, as he stepped into his workshop, Mark would glance at the plaque he had carved, hanging on the wall. "Kindness grows when shared."